Good morning. We're at the Asa Whiting House for the Holliston Historical Society's annual car show. The breakfast is fantastic, and let's go look at the cars. Tell me about this Jeep. I think it has a good story.
It does. Army Jeeps have been in our family since 1965. This is the second one, which we bought in 1975. And as you can see, it's all authentic. 1952, Korean War, 24-volt, waterproof system, and in high school it was my ride.
How did you get this?
The first one was my father's 40th birthday present. He was a World War II soldier, and my mom got it for him. And so we kept it all these years.
Wow, that's a beautiful thing. So when you drove around in this in high school, were the girls impressed?
Possibly. I know that I was impressed by the roll bar my father put in the seatbelts because I rolled it. And everyone was okay, but it was a very, very lucky night. So,
What's it like to drive around in this?
fun. Just a barrel of fun. They're not fast, but it brings a smile to everybody, everywhere it goes.
Does it take a lot of maintenance?
No, it really doesn't. We take good care of it. We keep it indoors. Ed Rose's Automotive in Sherburne, has done most of the major maintenance. I do the minor maintenance. But it's a car you can work on yourself. That's why it's a great sort of a hobby car.
Well, that's the American way, right? The Jeeps were built just for, utility and to be able to work on in anywhere.
Exactly. They're essentially farm tractors with fenders. And this was the best of the flat fender Jeeps and the last of the flat fender Jeeps.
Any other special features you'd like to tell people about?
Well, not many cars can be run fully underwater, and if you Google on YouTube underwater Jeep, you'll see them drop one of these into a tank at Marine World and a guy in a scuba suit driving it around on the bottom.
I never knew that. That's a great story.
Well, it's fun. We don't take it underwater anymore.
Well, have a good time, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's earned an easy retirement, and have a great day.
This is a 1956 Chevrolet Cameo pickup. It was purchased by myself last year in Columbia, and I was able to import it a month ago back here to Holliston, Massachusetts, where it's going to find its new home.
Why were you looking for something this in Columbia?
We're looking for a vehicle down in Columbia where cars are perfectly preserved. There's no snow and ice down there, so you drive around the country roads and you see beautiful old vehicles that are so well preserved. So I was fortunate enough to pick this one up.
Is it in good running order when you got it?
It was. It had some minor cosmetic things to work out, but she was running. It's got an interesting story. So this truck had one owner from 1956 to 2008, and that gentleman was a milk delivery man. And so this was known as the milk truck to people in Bogota, Colombia. So I was very happy to find this truck. And when we decided to import it back to the United States, I mentioned that to the second owner who I bought it from, and he started to cry. He was very disappointed. He had hoped it would stay in Colombia because it was only one of two Chevy Cameos in country.
What are the special features of this truck?
This truck was the most important feature is the bed of the truck. It has a fiberglass bed, and at the time Chevrolet was trying to incorporate fiberglass into different uses because they'd come out with the Chevy Corvette, which was made of fiberglass, and everybody was afraid of a plastic car. So this is one of the special applications they used, and so they called it a sport truck, and they put cloth upholstery into it. There's a radio speaker up above. Those conveniences were not available to pickup trucks at the time. It's got a special tailgate. It doesn't have chains. It's got interior releases with cables. And then also the spare tire has a special hidden compartment inside the back bumper.
So this is a precursor to a lot of features that we see in cars now almost. That's why it's so unique.
Yes, and that's what's fun about those cars from the 50s and evolving into the 60s. Just all the things that the auto manufacturers were able to experiment with and later incorporate into better designs.
So, do you drive this every weekend?
I just got it in, and I'm in the process of registering it. So thanks to Mr. Paul Saulnier and Nick's Towing for lending me a plate just to get it here to the car show today until I get real plates for it.
Dealers used to make what they call Continental touring kits. And you would go and you would take a kit out in a cardboard box and you would pay for what you used when you were on tour. And it had all kinds of spares in it that you could use. Someone decided they wanted to make this box. So it's made out of plywood probably with a nice mahogany veneer on the top of it. It's the only one I've ever seen like it. And it's made special for a Mark 6. It's a Continental touring kit. Pretty rare. When the car won an award at Pebble Beach, the judges came back 3 times to look at this. You've got spark plugs, you got a head gasket, you got wiper blades, you've got an extra coil, you've got all kinds of, components that you might envision that you might ever need. So that's a little bit unusual, if you will.
What's fun about this car, Carol?
I happened to my roommate was from Boston, and she herself had a Saab, had that repaired at Gas and Andre, where I went with her, found this in the showroom, and had to have it. So then I couldn't afford it, so I met my husband. And he fixed it for me, being a mechanic as he was.
Her husband's very famous. He was in charge of Gaston Indry's
Race
big
car.
Alfa Romeo racing team. So he went all over the place.
He went all over the place, all over the United States and Europe, and anyway, and he could have made it today, but he's not. He didn't get dressed fast
So
enough.
it's great. I'm really tickled pink that she saw the ad for the show. She called me and said, "Do you know who this is?" And I said, "Of course." And she said, "You're going to have the car here?" And I said, "Yeah." So she said she's going to come and see it, be reunited with it. That's
Yeah.
great.
And I was going to have my husband come too for the
Yeah.
last hurrah, but however, he said, "I've seen enough cars in my life, so I don't need to see
That's
them."
really great.
But perhaps sometime I can visit you with him. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll open your garage to
Oh,
him.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Anytime.
that would be
Take
delightful.
him for a ride.
So tell me about that award.
So the award's called the Unsung Hero Award, and basically it's given to someone who's had their car, been involved in automobiles, involved in hot rods or whatever, and basically it's given to that person. But my award, the next year they get to pick who the next winner will be, all right, for the Unsung Hero Award. That way I don't have to pick it every year. It really works out well.
So this is something you do every year at this auto show.
At this auto show, yes, I did. We help out Paul and the Historical Society, and it's a great day. And it's what's so nice about it, it's over in a couple of hours. It's not like you're here all day, so it's great. So it's good.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I hope we find out who the unsung hero is this year.
We will. Yeah, you can already picked.
Thanks for watching this amazing community event here in Holliston. And don't forget to come back next year. For Heartbeat of Holliston, this is Chryso Lawless.